It's Saturday night and almost time for Week 2 action in the USL. Birmingham Legion are back here at home and getting ready for an entertaining night of soccer. Beautiful downtown Birmingham, Alabama, the South Side, our host to Week 2 action in the USL, BBVA Compass Field, featuring the Ottawa Fury FC from north of the border, coming down south to take on Birmingham Legion FC. Good evening, everyone. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Getman. And Mike, this should be an entertaining night of soccer between these two sides. Birmingham playing for the second week in a row here at home. This time they won all 3 points, while Ottawa, once again, don't want to come away empty-handed on this road trip.
Yeah, I think this is a second opportunity for the Legion to get their first goal, get their first win. They had a big game in terms of how they played. They just couldn't find the back of the net last week.
Meanwhile, Ottawa picked up a point last week. They want at least that, if not more, this week. And as we transition to look at our key players for the Ottawa Fury this evening, it's going to start in the middle with that midfielder, Volfall.
Yeah, Volfall is a terrifically skillful player, big man, big athlete, clearly the center of the way their team plays.
Volfall came over to Ottawa from St. Louis FC a season ago, and he is one of the linchpins of this Fury side here in 2019. On the other side, Birmingham Legion FC, it's all about the man up top, number 9, Chandler Hoffman, and Mike, they've got to get him more involved this evening.
Yeah, he actually had a pretty good game last week, but didn't get enough touches around the goal, and that's what they've really got to get, more opportunities for the forwards to score goals.
Hoffman, one of the most prolific goal scorers in USL history. He needs to find the back of the net, or someone from Birmingham Legion find the back of the net tonight if they want all 3 points this evening. Should be a fun night of soccer from downtown Birmingham. We're inching closer and closer to kickoff. Starting lineups and the beginning of tonight's match coming up.
Imagine the opportunity to make opening an account faster with a selfie. It's possible with the BBVA Compass mobile banking app. When needed, you can verify your ID with just a photo. Snap, upload, apply. It's quick, it's easy, and it's all on America's award-winning mobile banking app. So what are you waiting for? You can become a BBVA Compass client in a snap. BBVA Compass, creating opportunities.
Stepping up, always take the risk. Don't just watch it. Put your phone down and do it. Drip splash like the ice on the wrist. That's a call I can't miss. Let's do it.
The Magic City Brigade has made their way into BBVA Compass Field. Welcome back to Birmingham, Alabama, as we are getting closer and closer to kickoff. Time to look at each side's starting 11s. And we'll begin with the visitors from north of the border, Ottawa Fury FC. And Coach, what jumps out to you when you look at this 11 besides Fall, who we've already talked about?
It's a very skillful group, and clearly they've set themselves up to try and keep possession quite a bit. That's been a focus of their team this year. I think we'll see them trying to keep the ball as much as they can.
Plenty of impact players in the midfield, including Charlie Ward, a man to keep an eye on as well. As we transition to the other side, Birmingham Legion FC has rolled out a 3-5-2 on the card. Certainly a change from what they showed a week ago, but who's going to make the most impact here in this starting 11?
Yeah, it's a really interesting change that they've made. I think the idea is probably to get Daniel Johnson and maybe Eric Avila a little bit more into the attack. Both of them had very good games last week.
Also, the newcomer, number 21, Zach Arivo, is in the starting 11 as well for head coach Tom Sohn. And we'll get a look at Coach Sohn in just a little bit. Is that still okay? Okay. There's Coach Nikola Popovic, now in his second season at the helm of this Ottawa Fury club. After coming over as the head coach at Swope Park Rangers a couple of seasons ago. Coach Popovic is very excited about his club after they got that draw last week against Charleston Battery. On the other side, Coach Tom Sohn came over to Birmingham Legion from Columbus Crew, but is best known for his stint as the head man at DC United, where he won a Supporter Shield and the U.S. Open Cup. Just about ready for soccer for the Magic City in downtown Birmingham. Our referee tonight in the middle of the park is Matthew Thompson, the Jackson, Mississippi native. Gives us the signal for play, and we are underway from the south side of downtown Birmingham, under the lights for the first time this week. Ottawa Fury FC and Birmingham Legion FC. The home side in their black and gold, the attack black kits. Ottawa Fury, the visitors, in their white change kits. On this Saturday night in the Deep South. Thanks for joining us on My 68 and ESPN Plus. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Getman. And Mike, we'll get to your keys to the game here in just a few moments, as Tyler Turner heads that out of play for Legion FC.
Looks already like there's been a little tweak to the formation for Birmingham Legion. We'll see if that changes throughout the game or not, but it definitely looks like Chandler Hoffman is the lone center forward this week.
Legion FC showed a 3-5-2 on the team sheet. Right now it looks like 4 at the back with 3 across, supporting Hoffman and Johnson, Kobayashi, and Hollinger Jansen. Ottawa Fury keep possession in the middle of the park with Charlie Ward. Ward plays across to Jamar Dixon. Now a bit of time and space for Dixon.
Speaking with Coach Popovich earlier, he had commented how much he wanted to keep possession of the ball against Legion. So I think we're going to see them knocking it around and oftentimes working it through the back line, just trying to make Legion chase a little bit more.
Over 440 passes for Ottawa Fury last week against Charleston, after averaging a little over 330 passes a match a season ago. Fury hoping they can turn those passes into more chances this evening as we get a look at our keys to the game. Coach, let's start with Legion.
You know, last weekend I thought they played really well, but just didn't get the ball to their forwards enough. And so more touches for the forwards, I think, is the real key for the Legion. And second, can they turn that possession? They had a lot of it last weekend. Can they turn possession into chances to score?
And on the other side for Ottawa Fury, they certainly had plenty of possession last week. Can they have that same amount this week against Legion?
Yeah, that's clearly their MO this season. They want to be a team that controls how the game is played, but they also have been traditionally a great defensive team. 15 shutouts last year. They certainly want to keep the shutout this week.
Just 43 goals conceded a season ago by Ottawa Fury, as this is chipped in behind. Culbertson, Van Oekel well off his line, comes out beyond the 18 and sends it away from danger.
Good job coming off his line there, helping clean up behind the defense.
Matt Van Oekel making his first start in this 2019 USL season. He was unavailable last week. Start in between the pipes for Legion FC, went to Trevor Spangenberg instead. Hollinger Jansen gets it to Lopez. And Lopez circles back to Tyler Turner, his first start of the year.
He got a few critical minutes at the end of the game last week. I think it'll help him be settled in a little quicker this week.
It's Fisher and Turner, the center backs this weekend for Legion FC. Here's Kyle Culbertson in front of us, left side. And now a nice string of possession for Legion FC. Legion fell 2-0 at home last week to Bethlehem Steel in their franchise opener. Still looking for their first goal in franchise history. As Culbertson got it through the legs of Manila, but couldn't keep possession on the other side. Here's Charlie Ward.
It's early and lineups tend to change, or formations tend to change as the game evolves, but it definitely looks like 4 in the back with 2 defensive midfielders holding for Legion FC. And then the rest allowed to just kind of rotate and move where they want to.
Talked about our referee in the middle of the park, Matthew Thompson. Off to the right side of your screen, the Jackson, Mississippi native refereed a USL contest last week. 3-1 win for Oklahoma City Energy over El Paso Locomotive. Locomotive, one of 7 new franchises to USL, along with Legion and a handful of others. Turner battling Francois and gets it out of danger. Legion attempting to play out of the back with Lopez.
Nice job defensively by Turner. He's one of the quickest players on the field. You can see that him versus Francois is going to be an interesting matchup throughout the night.
Francois couldn't keep it. Culbertson forces a Legion throw. First season with Fury for forward Christian Francois. The Haitian spent the last 2 seasons in the USL. As Ottawa resets out of the back. And Mike, this is what we saw plenty from the Fury last weekend against Charleston. A lot of possession, playing out of the middle of the park through their center backs.
They want to keep the ball, but I don't think the Legion will be too upset if they're keeping it towards the back of the team like they were a moment ago. It's when it gets wide and gets into the box that they can create problems.
Dixon did a great job getting all the way into the 18, but he was dispossessed by Lopez. There's Hollinger Jansen.
Nice job holding the ball up, letting the team get forward and join him. If Femi can do that, it'll help the team quite a bit.
Great story in the news locally in Birmingham about Femi Hollinger Jansen and his long journey to Birmingham Legion FC. I'm sure we'll touch on more as the night circles along. Mayer Jaguer. Across the field to Lapare. Here's Howarth against Fisher. Howarth still on. Another good run of possession for Fury. Erivo almost came away with the interception. Francois, his touch a bit too heavy. It's a throw for the home side.
You can see how willing the Fury are to just go backwards when they're under pressure. They're willing to hold the ball, go back, start all over again. But once or twice, Legion have gotten their foot on the ball and been close to getting a counterattack off of the possession.
Erivo couldn't keep it. He fouled Oliveira, and now the referee does indeed stop the play and blow the foul. As we get another look, Oliveira being grabbed around the waist to try to stop any counter-attacking opportunities. Here's Daniel Johnson. Erivo plays it back to Turner. Turner played mostly fullback a week ago. He's one of the 2 center backs tonight for Legion FC, along with Kyle Fisher.
One of the things that I think we're going to see is when you play with 2 holding midfielders or 2 defensive midfielders, it gives the rest of the midfield freedom to go forward, knowing that they've got cover behind them. And that certainly looks the case. There's 4 players racing forward each time the Legion win possession.
Howarth dispossessed. It'll be a throw-in for Fury. Magno Lapare to take it. So you get a look at the tackle from Kyle Fisher.
Great tackle, and I'm not sure that ball was off the Legion. I think maybe that throw-in could have gone the other way.
Said it stays with the visitors. Cycled all the way back to Mayer Jaguar. He along with Barnathan. The two central defenders. Howarth keeps it in play. Now a chance to move forward. Manila. Ottawa Fury 1 point last week against Charleston Battery. They had 45 points total a season ago. Good for 10th place in the Eastern Conference, but not good enough for a playoff spot.
Last year they were a side that really struggled to score goals. They were a great defensive unit, but couldn't really keep possession and create chances. They've really made an effort to try and change that this year. Getting a goal and a point on the road, I think they had to be pretty happy with that last week.
Foul goes against Avila on the far side, and it's going to be a free kick in a dangerous spot for Fury as Howarth went down. Englishman taken to the deck.
I think he sold that one pretty well. I'm not sure that was such a bad foul, but these set pieces can be dangerous, and so we've seen 2 or 3 tussles already. Legion needs to be careful around the box.
Looks like it's going to be Oliveira to take it. The native of Cape Verde, just 22 years old, now in his 2nd season with Ottawa.
Made a pile right in front of the goalkeeper. I think we're going to see this served right on top of Van Oekel, just testing him right from the start.
Just a 2-man wall for Legion FC. The in-swinging ball near post is headed out of play and will result in a Fury corner.
Driven in right into the danger zone, right in front of the goalkeeper. Good defending.
Lopez able to clear up any potential trouble. As now would be Carl Howarth, the Southport, England native, to swing it in for the corner flag. Van Oekel goes up high to punch it away. Job still not done yet. Now it is. Avila clears it all the way back past the center line.
Important one, not only preventing the goal, but establishing his authority in and around the goal. It'll give his backs a lot more confidence knowing that he comes out strong like that.
Fisher plays it up to Johnson, but Johnson can't keep it off his chest. Ward plays it backwards, and now Ottawa can reset their possession. Erivo with a strong tackle. Avila dispossessed by Oliveira. Now Oliveira has options. Fall spins it through, but nobody home as Fisher plays it back to Van Oekel. There's Chandler Hoffman and Dakota Barnathan, certainly going to have a few battles tonight. Coach, you mentioned at the top of the broadcast how Legion have to find a way to get Hoffman more service, more involved, especially in the final third tonight.
Yeah, and you can also see that that's what the Fury are trying to prevent. They've done a really nice job. I think their strategy is if we keep the ball, Legion can't score too many goals. So they've kept it, moved it around. They haven't created a whole lot themselves other than 1 or 2 set pieces so far. But as long as they've got the ball, they don't have to worry about Hoffman in front of the goal.
Kobayashi tries to play it wide to Culbertson, but unsuccessfully. It's a throw near side for Fury FC. Now in the 13th minute, we get a quick look at our injury report brought to you by Viva Health. Ottawa Fury without forward Maxime Tissot. His quad injury will prevent him from appearing for the 2nd consecutive week. Meanwhile, on the other side, good for Birmingham Legion FC. They get their first choice keeper back, Matt Van Oekel, we touched on at the top of the broadcast. Bad news for the home side. Marcel Appia, the starting center back from last weekend's contest against Bethlehem Steel, is out. A late calf injury late in the week has prevented him from not only making the start, but he's not on the 18-man team sheet that was submitted earlier as well.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed losing him for this match, but again, so far they've done a nice job defensively and haven't seemed to miss him.
Throw in for Jamar Dixon. There's Jaguar and Barnathan have had plenty of touches both between them. Legion really haven't been able to push forward. It's been a first quarter hour that's more or less been controlled by the visitors.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get their foot on the ball and have any sustained possession. Defensively, they've been solid. I do think the changes that we've seen have gotten a little smaller and quicker in the back for the Legion, and maybe a little bigger and beefier in the midfield for Legion.
Ward has options. Plays across Barnathan. Gagnola Pare. Dixon pushing further and further up the right side from his fullback position.
Lots of possession for the Fury, but a lot of possession back in the center of the park. Again, they haven't hurt Legion so far with that possession. The key is what can they do as they go forward with the ball.
Kyle Fisher with the tackle, and now it's on the feet of Lopez. Turner to Fisher. Finally has to play out of danger. Now a chance perhaps for the home side to move forward. Hoffman can't get to the holding ball. It's all the way back to the keeper Monsalve, who's yet to be tested tonight. The Brampton, Ontario native. Came to Ottawa last season. Certainly big shoes to fill. Absence of Maxime Crepeau, who has moved on to MLS.
Yeah, losing Crepeau is a big loss for the Fury, but they've got...
This is Howarth, and Howarth finds the back of the net. The left-footed shot.
Ottawa Fury goal.
Just inside the top bar, and in the 16th minute, the visitors from Ottawa Fury strike first.
In the 16th minute.
Gave that ball away in midfield. All of a sudden it was 2v2 at the top of the box.
In his 127th match wearing the Ottawa red and black, Howarth finds the back of the net. And it's Ottawa Fury who have had the possession, and it's Ottawa Fury who have the game's first goal.
Certainly for a team that struggled to keep possession last year and struggled to score goals, they're going to be happy with the start today. Lots and lots of passes, but also early goal to set the tempo for them.
As we get a second look, all set up by Vol Fall, who we highlighted in the open. And Howard didn't need much of an angle to beat Van Oekel.
Put it right in the very top corner. That's a hard one for any keeper to reach.
Here's Lopez. Now Legion find themselves in an early hole. Quick start for Ottawa Fury FC. On the road and perhaps looking for more. Francois trying to go through Fisher. Did he win his side of corner? He did not. Goal kick, says referee Matthew Thompson.
Good defending there at the end. They got caught 2v2 again, but nice job of holding them off and letting that ball just roll over the end line.
It's 1-0 Ottawa for the second consecutive week. The visitors have an early lead, and I'm sure the watch party in downtown Ottawa is thrilled about that. Shout out to Balltown Boys SC and their crew, who are no doubt happy with an early 1-0 advantage. As Culbertson wins a throw for Legion FC, we get a second look. Bit of a bump from behind by Dixon. Referee Thompson wasn't biting. Kobayashi flicks it forward. Aravo tries to bring it down, and Hallinger Jansen takes down DeMar Dixon. Free kick for Ottawa.
We saw that from him last week as well. He's not afraid to mix it up. That one might have been a foul, but letting the defenders know you're going to compete for every ball is not a bad thing.
Dixon goes down and immediately turns to the official to make sure the foul is coming. No doubt about that one, as the goalkeeper Monsalve will come out from his 18-yard box to send this free kick forward. And goes down. Referee says play on. It's Hoffman moving forward. Hoffman out wide to Arivo. Arivo waiting for support, finds some. Here's Avila. Avila's service is blocked well. Oliveira got a foot to it.
Finally a little bit of possession for Legion. If they can hold the ball, connect a couple passes, they might be able to push this team back and keep it in the attacking zone for a little bit longer. So far they've had a hard time connecting more than 2 or 3 passes in a row.
Kobayashi sinks back deep to try to settle in Legion's midfield. There's Hollinger Jansen. Culbertson. And Culbertson draws the foul.
I think the Furies saw the video from last week. Culbertson had a really good match and had a lot of the early attacks, and I think they've made the decision they're going to foul him and try and beat him up and not let him get into the rhythm of play.
Culbertson didn't draw the foul the first time around. He does this time. It looks like he'll be the one to serve an outswinging ball towards the top of the 18.
Fury have pushed up pretty high, 3 yards outside the 18. There's a big gap between those defenders and that goalkeeper if he can put it in there.
Towards the top of the box. Second ball, won by Howard, then sent away. Fans, don't forget, you can find all the Legion FC information in one place. Download the Legion FC app today, available on both iOS and Android. And don't forget to hammer down with the Birmingham Legion FC app. Is it kept in play? It is, but eventually finds the feet of Kobayashi. A late foul whistled by Thompson. Will bring it back. Home side supporters not happy as we get another look. And it looks like Fisher did clip the heels of Oliveira over there.
It was a pretty late call, and I think that's why the fans went a little crazy there, but I think he got him.
We have a second look, we do. A little bit more close to field level and getting a little tangled up on that far side, Oliveira and Fisher.
Been a more physical start to the match than last week's game.
There's Johnson and Lopez. Arivo. Avila forward to Hoffman.
Definitely played more balls into Hoffman so far. Some of them have been in the air and a little harder for him to get a hold of, but they're clearly making the effort to look for him.
Trying to find him once again as Mayer Jaguar sends it back towards the midway line. Both sides trying to play it on the floor. Now Legion FC does with Avila. There's Hoffman. Flick on, trying to play in Arivo. Instead, the home side will retreat and reset all the way back to Matt Van Oekel, the 32-year-old.
Funny hop that surprised Culbertson.
Visitors on top. 1-0, 23rd minute. Downtown Birmingham, Alabama. It's a crisp, clear night in the deep south. Temperature at kickoff around 50 degrees. We say that's pretty chilly. I'm sure fans tuning in from Ottawa would laugh at that notion. There's a reason the Fury don't play a home match until April at TD Place. Home to both the Ottawa Fury and the CFL's Ottawa Red Blacks.
They've been the ones with the hot start so far, so the weather certainly has seemed to please them.
Dixon and Oliveira on this near side. Now back to Mayer Jaguar. The Fury reset. Birmingham perhaps trying to apply a little bit more pressure to this Ottawa possession now.
Pushed him back.
Salve had issues with the back pass and luckily is able to keep it in play along the byline. That could have been disastrous.
He got away with that mistake, but that will energize the pressing from Legion FC. Anytime a keeper makes a mistake and shows that, hey, if you put me under pressure, I might give it away, they're inviting more and more.
Lapare has fouled Erivo, it looks like. It'll be a free kick for Legion FC as we get a look. And it wasn't Lapare. Instead, it looked like it was Fall who clipped him. Legion take the free kick quickly. Lopez, the captain. And Mission, Texas native, sends a lovely diagonal ball in the direction of Kyle Culbertson. Culbertson gets his cross away, deflected, and eventually cleared out.
That's the first chance that Legion have had to get the ball in the box and be dangerous. So that's exactly what they need to do a little bit more of.
Legion finally operating on the front foot here. Trying to find an equalizer after giving up an early strike. Long throw from Culbertson. Hoffman couldn't get there. Lapare plays it away, all the way up to Howarth. Howarth, the goal scorer, trying to play in Oliveira. Instead, it rolls all the way to the feet of Matt Van Oekel.
That was a 3-on-3 when it started. The Legion FC did really well, especially Kyle Culbertson did a great job of getting back and helping out and slowing that attack down.
Daniel Johnson, certainly a man who had plenty of the ball a week ago. So far, not as involved to this point. Here's Tyler Turner, who originally started his career with Orlando City. Erivo comes back, and looks like Turner was fouled on the near side by Francois. Turner, a newcomer to the starting 11 for Legion FC, who did not start last week. Neither did Zachary Erivo, who couldn't link up with Turner there, but does well to win it back. Excellent tackle from the newcomer.
Really nice tackle. That was a little bit risky coming from behind, but he got 100% ball.
Kobayashi finds Erivo. Erivo plays it wide to Culbertson. Culbertson looking for Hoffman. Instead, it's headed away by Barnathan. Culbertson runs it down though. Racing to the byline, his low cross is intercepted by Ward.
Even though they haven't gotten on the end of these crosses, it's allowed them to stay forward, keep a lot of players in the attacking zone, and they've got Fury pinned back right now.
Culbertson back to Erivo. He swings it in. Hoffman tries to get ahead to it, can't get there. And Fury clear away the trouble. Culbertson again hoofing it forward, looking in the direction of Hoffman. Barnathan once again there to get his head to it.
I think they've definitely gotten the message. Let's get the ball to Chandler Hoffman a little more often. Some of those maybe a little more hopeful than anything, but at least it's setting a standard, setting a tone that we're going to play the ball forward. We're going to look to be dangerous in and around the box.
Turner trying to play in Hoffman in between Dixon and Mayer Jaguar. It'll be a throw in for Ottawa. Fan Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, go on and visit SelectSportAmerica.com. Here's Hollinger Jansen. Erivo flicked it through, but no one was home. And Mayer Jaguar sends it out of play. Quebec native on loan from Montreal Impacts for the third season in a row. Made 26 starts a year ago.
Some good pressure there from Erivo. He showed us that, yes, he's got skills, but he's also willing to work and defend, do the little things that help maintain possession or win it back.
Erivo's loan announced just a couple of days ago from New England Revolution. Culbertson quickly restarts play. Hollinger Jansen dispossessed. Oliveira providing pressure. Culbertson to Johnson. Johnson looking for options. Johnson tried to flick it. Might have been in an offside position.
First 15 minutes of this match, Fury had the ball in the Legion half almost the entire time. It seems to have changed a little bit. All of a sudden, that was a good 5-6 minutes where the ball didn't come out of the defensive third of the field for Fury.
Nearly a half hour gone. Fury 1, Birmingham Legion 0. Visitors who had 53% possession on just 6 shots a week ago. Got an early shot on goal and an early finish from Carl Howarth. Great play by Dixon to keep it away from Johnson. Couldn't keep it in play along the near touchline. Legion had 52% of possession a week ago. As Hoffman wins it to Johnson. Once again, Legion with the ball at their feet. Kobayashi dispossessed. Lovely tackle by Paul Fall. The man we highlighted in the open, the German native. A newly acquired man from St. Louis FC.
Both teams clearly want to keep the ball, but the real key to this match is going to be who creates the shots, who creates the chances in and around the goal. So far, Fury have had one good chance. It's in the back of the net. Legion have had a good bit of possession the last 10-15 minutes, but they haven't found a way to get the shots on goal.
They haven't had that quality chance just yet.
It's been that final pass that's been missing. They've tried to reach Hoffman. They just haven't been able to find him.
Dangerous second ball and a shot that goes well high and wide off the foot of Kevin Oliveira. It's always that dangerous second ball that fell nicely, but in the end didn't trouble the keeper Van Oekel.
Yeah, that one could have been a lot more dangerous. He didn't connect very well with it.
Van Oekel sends it deep. Here's Avila towards the midfield. Kobayashi, now Johnson. Johnson waiting for support, draws 2 Ottawa defenders and draws a foul as Jamar Dixon took him out.
I don't know that he needed to make that foul. He had him with his back to goal, under pressure, gave him a free chance to serve a ball in the box here.
And he had help as well. Manila was over. The foul committed means another set piece opportunity for Legion. It's Kobayashi and Culbertson, as you see on your screen, standing over it against a 2-man wall. Kobayashi takes it quickly, a dangerous ball, not cleared away yet. It's Fisher, the center back, who tried to serve it back in. It ends up as a throw.
That was a fantastic service into the box, driven low and firm, right where you want it to be. I was unlucky not to find the back of the net.
Culbertson wins the corner. It's the first of the night for Birmingham. There's a second look at Kobayashi's ball. Turner almost got his head to it, as did Fisher. It'll be Kobayashi to serve it in again on this corner. First corner for the home side comes in the 33rd. Near post ball, deflected. Headed away, but not quite out of danger yet. Now it is. Avila tried to serve it forward. Instead, it found the head of Francois.
He's fortunate there. That ball could have bounced anywhere and been trouble.
Kobayashi, another dangerous service to the back post. Almost caught Monsalve off his line.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that one again. I'm not sure that he wasn't shooting that ball. He had a little look right before he hit that.
Definitely had a look, and Monsalve had to leap to make the catch, but his hands were sure. So far, the Fury defense has held tall despite some picked up pressure from the home side over the last 5 to 10 minutes. Legion swung in 27 crosses last week. Swung in 4 or 5 dangerous balls to this point in the contest as Turner dispossesses Howarth. Middle of the park opportunity for Fall and a lovely turn. And he's clipped from behind by Arivo.
Dangerous placement here, just close enough to goal. He could have a shot.
And a little pushing and shoving continues as we get a look at the replay. Arivo just got a piece of the heel of Fall. And now the referee Thompson wants to have a word with Fall.
I don't think Fall has been happy with the treatment he's been getting, but he's going to have to expect it. He's a big man who has a ball on his foot a lot. He's going to get fouled.
Fall had 5 goals and 2 assists a season ago, despite missing time with an ankle injury. Thompson continues his conversation with Lopez and Arivo. Doesn't look like it's going to be a booking for Arivo. And here you get a look at what happened after the play. Fall with a little shove there to the captain, Lopez. And Avila sticking up for his teammate as well.
Fall's got to control those emotions. He did get fouled, and I'm sure it didn't feel good, but you don't want to get sent off for shoving people when your team's got the free kick.
6 in the wall for Legion FC. Now it's 5 as Turner backs away. Free kick in a dangerous area. Van Oekel is there to make the snag. Well struck by Kevin Oliveira, but Van Oekel makes the save.
I think he saw that one the whole way, read it nicely, moved his feet, caught it very comfortably.
Legion FC certainly happy to have him back after he missed last weekend. The USL veteran. Here's Kobayashi, who plays it wide to Johnson. Johnson with space. His ball deep to the back post and going up high to bring it down is Monsalve.
Continuing to pump those crosses into the box. So far they've not connected, but it just takes one to get them right back in this match.
Salve been up to the task so far, as has the rest of his Legion, or pardon me, Fury counterparts. Turner tried to clear it instead. It's going to escape beyond the byline for the second Ottawa corner of the night.
That one looked a little bit of confusion maybe amongst the backs when you made as many changes back there as Legion did. You're going to have 1 or 2 of those moments.
37th minute, another Ottawa Fury corner as they try to double their early advantage. That'll be Howarth to swing it in. A crowd on the near post as Hollinger Jansen heads it away. Lopez a late challenge, and the referee is going to whistle for the foul and issue a yellow card to Lopez. Lopez is the first man for either side booked, and it comes from the 38th.
Number 5, Mikey Lopez.
Mikey's certainly trying to win the ball there, going hard, which you like, but you got to be careful, giving away set piece after set piece. Eventually, something may find the back of the net.
Oliveira, the offended party, and another set piece opportunity for Ottawa Fury. As we await the set piece, fans, don't forget you can follow Birmingham Legion FC or Ottawa Fury and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Ball swung in and headed away by Avila. Still work to do, however. Dixon against Turner. Kobayashi over to provide support. Turner plays it into touch.
All this pressure coming from the set piece that they gave up earlier. Fury to push a lot of players forward, try to pin back the Legion.
You can hear those drums across the way from the Magic City Brigade, the Legion supporters group. Hoffman trying to keep possession. Instead, it falls back to Ward. And Ward allows Barnathan to recycle. Gagnon Lapere to fall. Dangerous ball, falls nicely. Oliveira, back post. Oh, goodness. Could have been two.
You can see what he was trying to do there. Nice idea. He looked up, saw Van Oekel off his line a little bit, just tried to curl it into that back post. Didn't look very far away.
Van Oekel would have been beat, and it could have been two instead. It's simply a goal kick. Credit Kevin Oliveira. He's been dangerous. Johnson supplies the pressure. It'll be a throw-in for Dixon on Ottawa Fury. All the way back to the keeper, Monsalve. Monsalve trying to get Dixon instead. Plays it into touch. Lopez wants to take the throw quickly. Johnson, middle of the park. Ward now. Culbertson clipped, and a foul is given by Mr. Thompson.
Culbertson did a great job there, first winning the ball, then making a little bit of noise, making sure that the official knew that he had gotten fouled. I'm not sure the referee saw it, but he heard it afterwards.
Certainly did look like a late call as Oliveira commits the foul.
And there's no question he got him there.
Culbertson swings it forward. Hoffman trying to make a run towards the edge of the 18. Instead, goal kick for Ottawa.
Every time they play a ball over the top, whether it goes out of bounds or into the goalkeeper's hands, it does allow the Legion to push players forward and try to pin Fury into their half of the field. Most of this last 15-20 minutes, it's worked pretty well.
Fans are busy shuffling kids to and from school, soccer practice, and everything in between, and you don't always have time to cook a healthy meal many evenings. Keep you and your family out of the drive-thru with Meal Fit, the official food sponsor, Birmingham Legion FC. Meal Fit makes life easier and healthier with delicious and balanced home-cooked meals prepared for life on the go. Learn more about Meal Fit and order now online. Mealfit.co. That's mealfit.co. Aravo goes down. Matthew Thompson, the referee, not having much of it. Legion keep possession. Lopez swings it wide to Avila, who has plenty of green grass in front of him. Avila still working. Now to Hollinger Jansen. Hollinger Jansen tried to play Kobayashi instead. It was cut out by Barnathan and cleared all the way out.
If he beats him there, you tell him what a great job, way to take the man on. If he doesn't beat him, you wonder why you didn't put in the cross. You had 4 men in the box.
Kobayashi picks his head up, looking for Hoffman. He tried to keep his run onside. Culbertson and Johnson. Lopez. Lopez sinking deep into his own half to keep possession for his side. Functioning almost as that third center back right now. Now Culbertson has time and space.
Nice little bit of play to spring Culbertson there.
Johnson makes a turn. Aravo in the middle of the park. Avila thought about swinging across in. Now back to the middle for Lopez. He's dispossessed, and Ottawa once again. Their defense up to the task as Vol switches the play to Dixon.
Good pressure all over the field there. It was only about 5 or 6 seconds, but it was a lot of hard work to win that ball back.
Just a couple of minutes left in our first 45. An early goal from Ottawa Fury, the difference. Carl Howarth's left-footed strike to the top shelf of the net. Avila His cross a good one. Hollinger Jansen wins the second ball. His shot is blocked. And Dixon is there to clear it away. Fisher there with the misplay. Francois is there. Lovely one-touch pass there from Ward. And a lovely bit of play in the middle of the park there from Fury's midfield.
Legion tried to press him and win it back quickly, but really quick, simple one-touch ball movement got him out of trouble.
Charlie Ward has been all over the park in this first 45, it feels like. Oliveira, his run is in, the flag stays down. Oliveira pushing towards the byline. Turner heads it away. Great defensive effort from Turner to cut out the cross. Erivo goes down, no whistle. Hollinger Jansen goes down, and there is a whistle.
Game has definitely had a physical edge to it. Both teams have not been afraid to get in on tackles.
There's Hollinger Jansen being taken down. Legion a restart play. With Johnson. There'll be 2 minutes of additional time. Our stoppage time brought to you by UAB Medicine.
Will be added to the first half.
2 minutes. Here's Hoffman. Hoffman trying to shield the ball away from Mayer Jaguar. Does so. Avila swings it in. Dixon there to clear it away.
Great job of pressing and winning it back. Even though that didn't turn into a goal, that was Chandler Hoffman's first touches inside the 18-yard box tonight.
Francois dispossessed by Culbertson. Hollinger Jansen trying to play one touch. Instead, it finds the feet of Francois. And Turner has fouled Oliveira. The two-handed shove in the back.
Just gave him a little love tap, letting him know he's there.
Turner doesn't like the call, and I believe the replay will show otherwise.
He made the most of it, but I think he did get a little push there.
Been a strong first half for the visitors, Ottawa Fury. Like when we spoke to Coach Popovich, he said if you had told him before the Charleston match that his team would get 1 point and a draw, he said he would take it. But if you would have told him that after the first half, he said that wouldn't have been good enough. He wanted all 3 points. Ottawa's going to be in a similar position, it looks like, heading into halftime here, barring one final push forward by Legion. As Kobayashi is taken down from behind by Oliveira.
That's just a tactical foul, not letting him get running at the defense there. Let's slow the attack, get everybody back. Not much time left on the clock here.
One final ball forward from Culbertson in our first 45. Lopez towards the corner. Dixon is there. Now a chance for one more counter. Oliveira with time and space and options. Francois right wing. Cristiano Francois dispossessed nicely by Culbertson. And that is going to be the end of our first 45.
At the end of the first half, the score is
The difference
Ottawa
between the
Fury
two
FC
sides,
1,
an early goal
Birmingham
from
Legion
Carl
FC
Howard.
0.
And Coach, your takeaways from the first 45 minutes we've seen.
Certainly the Legion are going to be disappointed with giving up the early goal. Once they settled in, I thought they did a good job of possessing it. They even created, I would say, more chances after the goal, but that goal counts, and that's been the difference so far.
Howard's left-footed strike has indeed been the difference. Fury on top, 1-0 through our first half of action from BBVA Compass Field. Halftime coming in just a few moments, as you'll get a video from Coach Sohn and a few of the squad members from Birmingham Legion FC. But certainly has been an entertaining first 45 minutes of action. Halftime comes your way after a quick timeout.
At Red Diamond, we've spent 112 years searching the world for the perfect beans. Your search will be considerably shorter. Red Diamond. Expect perfection. Available at a grocer near you. When your taste buds demand greatness, nothing compares to Red Diamond coffee. Unless, of course, It's Red Diamond tea. No shortcuts, no skimping. Perfect's not easy. Red Diamond, available at a grocer near you.
Give us a different kind of football to fight and live for. Give us an army of workers, driven by passion, forged by will, cast from our own hammers. Give us the strength of steel and sparks that light the imagination of a whole new generation. Give us Legion.
Absolutely awesome. I mean, you know, I felt it. I wanted to go out and play. Of course, no room for an old man, but it makes you feel good. You know, I think we can build something pretty special out here. It was our first chance to have a taste of it because, to be fair, I'm sure none of us really knew what to expect. And they cheered at the right times. They got us going at the right times, and they were into it. So I'm so pleased with our 12th man.
It was incredible seeing so many people, almost 6,000 here for the first game today, and it gives us as players a lot of excitement and belief that Birmingham Legion is going to be a big deal in this city, and we got to now start getting results, you know, give people a reason to keep coming back.
You know, we heard rumors it was going to be a good crowd, but it's just you get the buzz, you know, the goosebumps walking out there, seeing everyone. It was awesome, and they were loud the whole time. So we wanted to put on a little better of a show, get a better result for them. So disappointed in that, but I know there's going to be a lot more days where they're cheering for positive results, and we're going to get a lot of wins here this year.
The atmosphere was incredible, man. It was great to get that amount of fans out there and that number of people who showed support, and it really felt like the city was behind us. The atmosphere was incredible. It means everything to us because when you have an environment like that, you feel like you have a 12th man, you know, and every ball, every shot, you know, every block shot, every block cross, when the crowd's behind you, it just makes it that much more special, and then you want to fight for the guys on your team and then the fans on the sideline too. So it means a ton to see the city come out and get behind us like that, and, you know, we hope that it continues in that same vein because it really does mean everything to us, and it helps us a lot on the field.
The Birmingham Legion Football Club. Our name, Legion, is rooted in Birmingham's history and proudly represents our city and its army of hardworking citizens and players. Our symbols, the hammer and anvil. These symbols represent not only our past, but also our might and ability to bend opponents to our will. Together, the hammer and anvil act as a calling for the Legion Nation to shout, "Hammer down," as we cheer our team on to victory. Our shield pays homage to our unified attack on the pitch and the spirit of all who call Birmingham home. Our sparks embody our fiery spirit and define our character, passion, pride, community. Our colors, molten gold and attack black. Molten gold symbolizes the quality of our character and sportsmanship. Attack black is our base, our foundation. It represents our menace and the shrewd determination of our city, players, and fans. We are Legion. We march as one.
What does it take to be a champion? Skill, strength, vision, an unrelenting desire to prove your worth. week in, week out. An army of fans behind you, screaming your name. And sometimes, just a bit of luck. For 631 games over the course of the next 9 months, 22 players will step on the field to answer the question, why will it be you and not them? And of 36 teams, from the champions of yesterday to the challengers of tomorrow, only one will be right.
To soccer fans across the United States, we want to say thank you for helping to create the most impressive, well-attended USL opening weekend in our history. With your support, we welcomed record crowds of over 91,000 fans to USL stadiums last weekend, and with over 3 million expected by the end of this season. This is a special moment, and if you're new to the USL, you're joining us at the most exciting time in league history. With more clubs and more games than ever before, the USL Championship is establishing itself as one of the premier second divisions in professional soccer around the world. In 2019 alone, we've welcomed to the USL family 7 new expansion teams in New Mexico, El Paso, Austin, Memphis, Birmingham, Hartford and Loudoun. That's 7 new communities who now have professional soccer in their own backyard, and 7 new communities where local youth can now see a direct path to fulfilling their dreams of becoming professionals themselves. We're also reaching more people than ever before, courtesy of our partnership with ESPN+. Every single USL Championship game available online, and another 8 now shown on national television. More fans than ever before now can watch USL soccer from the comfort of their own home. So thank you, soccer fans. Thank you for joining us for what will be the biggest season in USL history.
Vulcan looks over the rest of downtown Birmingham. Welcome back to the Deep South. Halftime between Ottawa Fury FC and Birmingham Legion FC.
Don't miss out
Visitors on top,
action.
1-0.
Make sure to follow the USL social media accounts.
As we get a look at our first half stats
live
between
action,
these two sides, it
match
was all
highlights,
Ottawa early,
and
but Birmingham
content.
really did well to
All
have some
the
extended
USL
runs of
on
possession and
Facebook,
create
Twitter,
more opportunities on their side of the field, and that late in that first half.
First
Hey
15 minutes
fans,
were definitely in
great
favor of Ottawa. They
concessions
looked
can
a
be
little
found
more
all over
on the front foot,
BBVA
definitely had the
Compass
chances.
Field.
But
From the
once the
good
goal was
people
scored,
deck,
I thought
the
Legion did a
Coors
really
Light
nice
corner
job of settling
to
in,
food truck,
finding possession, putting Ottawa under pressure, not letting them out of their half of the field.
One booking there on the side of Birmingham Legion. That belongs to the captain, Mikey Lopez. Ottawa Fury did control large chunks, especially that first half, and they were the ones that generated more chances. What did you see, especially from the forwards like Oliveira and Howarth on their end?
Well, they're very good players and very quick on the counterattack. The goal came off of a loss of possession in midfield, and they didn't waste any time. And I think that that's really what makes them dangerous, the quick attack, even though they had a lot of possession.
Eastern Conference standings right now look like this. North Carolina FC up top, along with a host of others who took 3 points away from Week 1 action across the USL, and of course, plenty of other USL games in action currently as well, as North Carolina FC at the top of the table right now leads Bethlehem Steel 1-0 in the 69th minute. Charleston Battery lead Hartford 1-0 as well on the eastern side of things, as you get a look at Ottawa there in 10th position after getting that 1 point against Charleston a week ago. Still plenty of sorting to do across the Eastern Conference, and that top 10 number very important, Coach, as the USL playoff format redone to include the top 10 in all of the Eastern Conference. As we get a look at Vulcan once more, it's Ottawa on top 1-0 through our first 45. We'll take a timeout.
At Red Diamond, we've spent 112 years searching the world for the perfect beans. Your search will be considerably shorter. Red Diamond. Expect perfection. Available at a grocer near you. When your taste buds demand greatness, nothing compares to Red Diamond coffee. Unless, of course, it's Red Diamond tea. No shortcuts, no skimping. Perfect's not easy. Red Diamond. Available at a grocer near you.
Give us a different kind of football to fight and live for. Give us an army of workers driven by passion, forged by will, cast from our own hammers. Give us the strength of steel and sparks that light the imagination of a whole new generation. Give us Legion.
Looking towards the north side of downtown Birmingham, we're on the south side of the Magic City as we are closing in on the beginning of the second 45 minutes from BBVA Compass Field between Ottawa Fury FC and Birmingham Legion FC. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Getman, and let's get a look at our first half highlights. Kyle Culbertson certainly played a major role down the left flank of this Legion FC attack, as there was plenty of defending to do for Legion, especially through the first few minutes of this contest. And Coach, a lot of these highlights, you're going to see a lot of physical play. That was a key theme in the first 45.
Yeah, a lot of tackles, not quite as many shots, lots of physical play throughout.
Ottawa Fury on the front foot early, certainly, and the pressure would eventually pay off, although it wouldn't come from a set piece. It would come from the run of open play.
Well, came off of loss of possession, as you see right there. And then, wow, what a great finish.
Howarth with that left-footed strike, an absolute strike from just inside the 18-yard box, and that is the difference right now between the two sides. Is you get a look field level from that strike. Not a whole lot Van Oekel could do to get up there to the top shelf, as the Englishman has provided the difference to this point. And then from then on, in the rest of the first half, more physical play. The only difference was Legion FC was able to push forward a little bit more, control more of the ball, and Ottawa Fury only had 50.9% of possession in that first 45 as Legion was able to do more. How do they get their midfield more involved here in the second half, early in the half rather than later on?
Yeah, I think the change in formation and a few change in players maybe confused them early in the game, but once they settled in after 15 or 20 minutes, I thought they did a great job of stepping up and pressing, creating chances from that.
Ottawa Fury, certainly more to do coming up. They get a couple of bye weeks, and then they get to head home, finally play at TD Place. Nashville SC and Loudoun both come to town, along with Atlanta United, with a couple of road games mixed in between, as we get ready for the start of our second 45 minutes with the visitors on top, 1-0. Should be an entertaining second 45 after the physicality we saw through the first 45.
Doesn't look like any changes to start the second half.
Both sides sticking with their starting 11s, as Legion FC work left to right on your screens in their attack black kits. Ottawa Fury in their changed whites will work right to left. Here's Eric Avila. Played all the way back to Kyle Fisher. Avila looking for Hoffman. Headed away from danger nicely by Barnathan. Fisher and Turner, the center back pairing tonight for Legion FC. Here's Oliveira. He's been dangerous on the ball, and he plays it out wide to Howarth. Howarth waiting for support and finds some in the form of Fall. And Fury switched the play, or at least try to. Diagonal pass a bit too tall for Jamar Dixon.
It's not hard to see what they're trying to do. They bring it from one side of the field, go backwards, try and switch it out the other end. But I think the Legion FC have done a really nice job of putting them under pressure and not letting them do it comfortably.
There's Hollinger Jansen. Lost it off his foot. It'll be into touch and an Ottawa toss with Manila. Third season for Ottawa Fury in the USL. After playing their first 3 seasons officially in the NASL, 2014 through 2016. The only Canadian side in the USL. Hollinger Jansen runs it down. Instead, plays it out. It'll be another throw in for the visitors' Fury. As Culbertson got caught in a collision behind the play.
More physical play. That part doesn't seem to change tonight. There's going to be physical action at both ends.
Erivo taken down, and a referee tonight, Michael Thompson, stops play for a foul. Or Matthew Thompson, I should say, pardon me. Thompson issued 3 yellow cards last week in that OKC El Paso match. So far, 1 booking today is for Mikey Lopez. On the ball right now.
Both teams came into tonight's match talking about possession and creating chances off of their possession. But both teams have also clearly made a point of being physical and trying to win the physical battle.
Played wide to Avila. Laid off for Johnson. Johnson picks his head up. In for Erivo. Erivo's cross deflected and almost in. It was a fingertip save from Monsalve.
Nice passing. Lots of players in the box creating the one-on-one for Erivo.
Erivo onside, and his cross was almost flicked in by Barnathan. It would have been an own goal. Luckily, Monsalve had his near post covered.
He had 6 saves last week in their match, and that, I believe, is his first of the night tonight.
Hasn't been much issue for Monsalve to this point, but he's tested early here in the second half. Legion take the corner short. Lopez in swinging ball. And another corner coming. Talking to Coach Tommy Sohn, he was not very pleased with the way his side handled set pieces last week. Trying to execute better against Ottawa Fury this weekend.
It's the execution part that I think he was unhappy with. They created a lot, people made good runs, they just weren't able to execute.
Culbertson near post. Dixon tried to flick it away. Fisher goes down, referee not having any of that. Crunching tackle by Culbertson to win the ball back. Lopez looking for Kobayashi. Kobayashi runs it to the byline and makes sure that Legion have another corner coming.
Legion have started just where they left off the first half. They've put balls in behind the defense and then kept the team forward and put pressure on Fury, not letting them get out.
Fisher goes down and not enough contact there to warrant a look from Matthew Thompson. As Fisher was wrapped up with Mayer Jaguar. Culbertson plays it short once more to Hoffman. Now plays it in. Dixon is there to head it away.
Legion seem to be attacking that near post rather than serving it into the back post.
Culbertson flicked on by Erivo, but Monsalve is there to attack it inside his own 6. Now, Ottawa Fury finally have their lines cleared. Lovely turn from Oliveira. He can't play in Howarth.
Good defending again, pressuring, not letting Ottawa get comfortable on the ball, and it seems to be working.
Erivo did well to hold it there. Maloney from New England Revolution has made an impact in the starting 11 to this point.
It's hard to step into a new team when you haven't had much time to train or prepare, but he's just gotten right into the match and been a big part from the opening whistle.
Culbertson Tried to find Hoffman, but couldn't eclipse. Mayer Jaguar, another throw in for Legion FC.
More pressure and more possession for Legion FC. They've got this half started the way they want. They've just got to find a way to get the shots off.
Culbertson, another cross in. Mayer Jaguar is there. Avila races to track it down. Avila against Howarth, plays it back to the safety of Fisher. Kobayashi back to Avila. Avila's cross, top of the box. Once again, Mayer Jaguar is there to head it away. Legion keep the pressure coming. Now they'll reset with Fisher at the back. Turner plays the diagonal ball to Avila, who has found some space along this right flank. Avila to Johnson. Lopez surveys to Hoffman. Avila out wide to Kobayashi. 3 black jerseys into the box. Avila's cross is a bit wide of everyone.
He took an extra touch there and the runs had already been made. All the players ran past where he was serving it to. But you can see that Legion have made a decision that they're going to push people up. Their outside backs are way forward. They're going to get forward and take chances and go find that first goal.
Fans, don't forget you can get updates and alerts all season long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for your home team and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, get reminder on Birmingham Legion FC or Ottawa Fury FC's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club.
Every time Legion FC has possession, Culbertson and Avila are both pushing way up the field, giving them some width opportunities to get crosses in. They've just got to be careful not to get caught on the counter.
Now a chance to move forward for Fury. Francois dispossessed. Lopez wins it back. Here's Aravo. Aravo loses the midfield battle, but Kobayashi is there to collect. Now it's Lopez pushing forward. Clearance is a bit shaky. Gagnon Lapare. Back towards the middle of the park. Here's Avila once more.
He could have done a really nice job. They're just not letting the Fury get settled. They're not letting them get more than one touch on the ball before they're under pressure, and it's causing turnovers. We're playing most of this game in the Legion attacking half of the field.
More diagonal passing across the park. Johnson swings in a good ball. There's Jaguar there to clear it. Lopez plays it into touch.
Mistouched it there, but you again stepping up, putting people under pressure. They've made a decision at halftime how they're going to play this match. So far, at least, it's been working.
First substitution of the night is going to be made by the visitors. And it'll be Volfall who makes way.
Substitution
for Thiago de Freitas.
Checking out is number 5, Volfall.
Thiago.
Checking in is number 19, Thiago Freitas.
I didn't see if he got hurt. A little surprised by that substitution this early in the half. He's been the man that they've looked to keep possession.
He was not happy about coming off the pitch either. Van Oekel sends it back to the middle of the park. Avila to Hoffman.
I don't see any trainers coming over to Fall, so I don't think it is a medical issue. I think this is just a tactical decision that they needed to change something before Legion find that goal.
There's Fall on the bench as we get Daniel Johnson foul, and yeah, Fall not happy about coming off so early in the second half. Johnson with a quick restart to Kobayashi. As you see what happened as we were looking at Fall.
Yeah, clear foul.
Hollinger Jansen taking off the ball. Now a chance to play forward to the run of Francois. Francois in a foot race against Turner. 1v1 right side. Cuts it inside. His left-footed shot. Van Oekel punches.
Good save from Van Oekel, but that's the danger. When you step and press and commit people forward, sometimes you're going to get caught on counters. They did well to defend that one.
Fury now with a chance at possession. Gagnon-Laparé. To Howarth. Fisher is able to send it away. As we get a look at the shot from Francois.
Hit it hard, but straight at the keeper.
Barnathan. Pass intercepted by Avila. Avila still with it. Finds Erivo out wide. Erivo with time and space to Hoffman. Hoffman holds it up for Hollinger-Jansen. Nice run from Erivo. He's in. Waiting for help. Finds Simon Hollinger-Jansen. His low shot is blocked. And it looked like it was Ward who got his heel to it. And a foul brings play back as the referee played the advantage.
He let the advantage go. Did materialize, so he brought it back, but that's not a bad foul. Slow him down, not let the counterattack get started.
Who's up, who's down? Where does your club sit? Find out every Monday on the official USL Championship Power Rankings, only on USLChampionship.com. Those will come out early next week. Good start for Ottawa Fury as they try to get a few points from these first couple of road matches before finally getting a chance to head back home to Canada's capital city, play in front of their home fans. Second substitution of the night. First one for Legion FC.
For the Birmingham FC.
As Femi Hollinger-Jansen, it looks like, is going to make way.
Checking out
for number 7,
number
Brian
88,
Wright.
Femi Hollinger-Jansen. Checking in is number 7, Brian Wright.
Brian Wright is a strong, physical player. Another one who just joined the team, so he hasn't had as much time training with them. But I think they're going to look for him to make a physical impact, especially when balls are getting crossed into the box.
The Ontario native hits the field for Legion FC, as each side has now made an early substitution in the second 45. Francois off and running again, and this time he's going to run the foot race against Turner. Francois trying to cut it back under pressure. Continues to hold possession, now he waits for help to materialize.
Turner did really well there because that was speed on speed, and if he made the wrong decision about trying to win that ball, he might have been beat for the second one.
Gagnon-Laparé, one touch ahead to Oliveira. It's a goal kick. Quarter of an hour gone in the second 45. Ottawa still clings to their 1-0 advantage. Here's Hoffman trying to hold possession. Did so momentarily until Barnathan cleared it away. Francois continues to show off his amazing speed, getting him behind this back line of Legion FC.
Yeah, I think the Fury had talked about possession and total number of passes, but they seem to have accepted the fact that they're going to struggle to keep possession, and they're going to go a little quicker, try and find Francois over the top and catch everybody.
Certainly seems like Legion began to add more pressure after the first quarter hour or so. Not content to let Ottawa play on the ball.
One of the hard parts of being an expansion team is that no matter how long preseason is, you don't have time to work out every formation, every situation, every rotation of players. And so tonight they started with some new players on the field and in a new formation, and it looked like it took them 10 or 15 minutes to really get settled into it. But after the goal, it's been an awful lot of possession and all the chances for Legion FC.
Here's Charlie Ward combining with the new man Thiago de Freitas, 31-year-old Brazilian-Italian first sub of the night for Ottawa Fury, De Freitas. Certainly well-traveled man. He's played professionally in 6 countries. More space for Avila. Second ball won by Ward. Now down to Manila. Dixon forward for Cristiano Francois. Francois brings the second ball down to the floor.
His pace made Turner just hold off there. He realized he couldn't afford to step in and try and win that ball. He just had to back off and make sure he didn't get beat behind.
Barnathan. Like Arivo got a heel to it, and now a chance for Legion to counter. Brian Wright just a bit too heavy on that touch after the pass from Hoffman.
Nice little combination, didn't quite pull it off, but two very talented forwards trying to connect. Just hit him in the wrong foot, it looked like there, but very close to being in on goal, 1v1.
Free kick to the Fury. Turner sends it back out of harm's way. Arivo wins the header. But Hoffman keeps it in play. Kobayashi trying to bring it down. Might have gotten clipped, and the referee does indeed agree with that assessment.
Not only great touch, but great confidence. Knowing that you got players coming at you, just bring it down and settle it and keep possession. Really well done.
Kobayashi just clipped there on the back of the leg by Oliveira. No bookings yet on the side of Ottawa Fury. Just the one, Lopez for Legion, as Lopez steps in and makes a fine challenge. Can't win possession back, but does stop Fury from going forward, and now it's Legion who win a throw as the home side prepare to make their second change. And we'll see if it'll come before this throw. Indeed it will. Second change of the night as Daigo Kobayashi will make way for Prosper Kasim.
Coming off for the Legion FC, number 16, Daigo
really
Kobayashi.
Hard for 60 minutes. I'm not surprised they made the decision to bring him off. He's had a pretty good game. He's had a lot of touches, kept possession, but he's worked his tail off, and I think they're just trying to keep this pressure on and keep as many fresh players on the field as they can.
So 2 substitutions now made by the home side, Birmingham Legion. The new man, number 10, Prosper Kasim, a winger and Ghanaian. 10 goals and 3 assists in Sweden's second division in 2018. As Culbertson couldn't handle the driven pass across from Fisher.
Magic City Brigade have kept up the noise and the energy, and you may not always know it, but that energy does travel down onto the field. The players feel that. If they can keep it up, I think it'll allow the Legion to keep working this hard all the way through.
You can see that sign over there, in Heaps we trust. Jay Heaps, one of the men in charge, brought on here to head this Birmingham Legion club. USL club in Birmingham was announced August 8th, 2017. Finally came to fruition for this 2019 campaign. So you're gonna look at Brian Wright and that sign we were talking about earlier, and Heaps we trust, the former New England Revolution standouts and U.S. international.
Great player in his day, great manager. Now running this club, building something new from scratch. He really has done something unprecedented, something that seems to have a very solid footing.
Daniel Johnson with fancy footwork to keep it in play along the far touchline. And now a chance for Birmingham to move forward. Instead, Kasim couldn't play it at his feet. Avila. Lopez. Avila once more. An excellent tackle from behind by Oliveira.
Maybe a few too many touches there. Beat his man once,
Space for the goal scorer, Howarth. Howarth attacking Fisher. Howarth trying to get off a left-footed shot. Great tackle by Fisher. Howarth went down, referee not buying.
Yeah, Howarth tried to sell it as a foul, but that was just simply a great tackle. He had one moment to get his foot in, and he did. Got 100% ball.
I'm sure we'll get a second look at it, and we do. Howarth trying to get a left-footed shot in, and Fisher got a piece of Howarth, but also got quite a bit of ball as well. Gingerly, Howarth makes his way to the near corner flag. Another Ottawa corner here in the 68th.
They haven't created much off of their set pieces so far, but you can see that they've got a stack right in front of the keeper. They're just trying to serve this into the near post and hope somebody can get a touch.
Near post cleared away by Wright. Oliveira trying to play it out wide. Howarth can't keep it in play. Plays with it at his feet. He hasn't had much to deal with since the opening quarter hour or so, where Ottawa played with plenty of possession. Ervo wins the throw for his side.
Nice job by Ervo. Just made sure he had his body between the ball and his man. There's nothing he could do.
Kasim wins the free kick, takes it quickly. Johnson swings it wide to Avila, was hacked down behind the play. The referee plays the advantage. Avila to Hoffman, top of the box. Hoffman on the turn, and the flag is up because Hoffman was offside.
Dangerous opportunity, really tight call on the offsides. Hoffman finally had a chance in and around the box. It does look like he's half a step behind the center back there when it's played.
Trying to play off the back shoulder of Meyer Jaguer. And it was a tight angle we saw. The linesman had him offside. As Howarth is down near the midway line, holding his left ankle.
Looks like Coach Sohn is unhappy with something on the sideline. I think it's that he didn't come back and give a card for the late foul behind the play.
Howarth's injury will draw the attention of the Fury medical staff. Coach Sohn continues to have conversations with our refereeing crew this evening as Howarth receives some medical treatment. Fans, don't forget you can follow Birmingham Legion FC and Ottawa Fury and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every single week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com.
While we have this break from the injury, Coach Sohn has pulled over Daniel Johnson and Mikey Lopez, and I think the point he was trying to make to them is let's keep the energy, let's keep it moving, keep the ball moving as quick as can be. At least that's what his hand gestures look like from here. I think he's happy with what he's seeing this first 25 minutes and a half, but they've got to keep the energy high, keep the pressure on.
Howarth heads to the bench, and it looks like the visitors will play down a man as Howarth continues to receive treatment on that left ankle. No immediate forthcoming substitution for Ottawa Fury.
Howarth has had a really good game, and he's been dangerous. I don't think they want to take him off unless they absolutely have to.
Well done by Avila to keep it from rolling into touch, but Kasim couldn't hold it. Here's Ward, along with Manila. Overton there to read the pass and cut it out. Kasim plays in Hoffman, flag stays down. Hoffman's cross, denied. Did it roll over the byline? It did. Corner coming for Legion FC. Meyer Jaguer with a clutch play to cut out the cross, otherwise we could have been level.
That was a great defensive play because Hoffman was behind, had the ball on his favored left foot, and looked like he had found his man with the pass, except for that sliding tackle.
Howarth is sprinting back onto the pitch as Ottawa Fury are back to full strength. Corner taken short once more. Johnson, 1v1 against Ward. Johnson, his right-footed shot takes a deflection and almost ends up in the back of the net.
Good things happen when you shoot the ball. That one almost found the back of the net off of that deflection.
Legion FC continue to supply the pressure as Johnson's shot took a deflection off Jamar Dixon on the way through. Let's see if the home side take another short corner. This one will be towards the middle of the box. Fisher got a free header, cleared off the line. Job not done yet. Now it is as Francois pushes forward. Culbertson there to play it into touch and stop the counter.
The pressure is creating opportunities. It's creating deflections. Doesn't have to be the prettiest goal, just anything that finds its way into the net. If they can keep the pressure on, it just might come.
73rd minute, still Ottawa on top by that one strike. Francois Manila right side. Here's Dixon. Oliveira tried to lay it off. Instead, it keys a counter for Legion FC. Brian Wright with time and space. Wright couldn't beat Dixon. It's a deep throw.
Just couldn't make up his mind whether he wanted to pass the ball or go to goal there. But again, another opportunity. First on the attack and now off of the set piece.
Kasim on the edge of the area. Culbertson has Johnson, plays him in. Lovely chipped pass. Johnson into the area with options. Johnson's shot is denied near post.
Good save from Monsalve. He stayed up and gave himself a chance.
All the way back to Van Oekel as we get a close-up shot of Daniel Johnson's strike. Van Oekel chips it forward. Hoffman to Avila. Avila trying to create some width. Now cuts back inside. Kasim to Johnson. Johnson trying to play in right. Instead, it's all the way back to Fisher and Turner.
When Wright came on the field, he went straight up top. Legion have been playing with two center forwards ever since, and it's made them more dangerous.
A dangerous ball. Avila couldn't find Chandler Hoffman, but excellent skill to beat the defender and get the service away. Played forward once more for Francois up the right wing. Turner tried to get there, could not. Francois keeps his feet and keeps the ball in play. Parallel with the byline. His cross takes a deflection. Fisher is there to head it away.
Good defending. Positioning was excellent, allowed him to clear that ball out.
Legion depending a lot on their center backs this evening, especially in this second half, trailing by one. As Turner is a bit shaken up, holding his right ankle.
Great positioning from Fisher there.
Just a quarter hour left. Lopez goes up high to head it. Kasim wins position. And now wins possession as well. Kasim under pressure. Goes down and draws a foul. Charlie Ward, the offending party. Lopez tried to take the free kick quickly. Was denied by Thiago de Freitas. Good hold-up play by the midfielder. Legion fans, don't forget you can find all the Legion FC information in one place. Download the Legion FC app today. Available on both iOS and Android. That's the Legion FC app. Don't forget to hammer down. Fury pushing forward now. Howarth occupying the left wing. Trying to keep it in play. Cannot.
Fury have made the decision that they're going to give up possession. They're going to split their forwards wide. When they do win the ball, they're trying to dump it in the corner and let the let their guys run, use their pace. So far it hasn't worked, but it's definitely a danger.
Johnson wins another foul as Avila pushes it forward. Dixon back to Howarth. No Lapare. In no hurry to take this throw with his side up by 1. Still 2 more changes at the disposal. Nikola Popovic, the Ottawa Fury side. Legion have just 1 change left to be made.
Got a few guys warming up, but they don't look like they're moving all that urgently. I won't be surprised to see them stick with what they've got on the field right now. It's working for them. They've got the shutout, they've got the lead, and they're getting some counterattacks.
Francois clipped from behind by Culbertson. It looks like he's going to be booked as well, and he is. Excellent work from Francois to beat Culbertson the first time, and then Lopez as well. Culbertson not happy with the card, but I believe he did clip Francois, and he did.
It looked like he was trying to win the ball, but he came from behind and got nothing but leg. You're going to get carded every time for that.
Francois has been excellent, especially in this second half, occupying that right wing, and an incredible story for this Ottawa Fury club. Guy who came to the United States at 16 years old after the 2010 Haiti earthquake. Went to the University of Maryland. After spending a couple of seasons with Rochester Rhinos and Pittsburgh Riverhounds, now in his first campaign with the Fury. He's provided plenty of speed up that right side all evening.
Francois and Hovath both have found space on the wings, been looking for balls over the top. They've got the pace to get there.
Howarth from a dangerous area takes a deflection and it goes wide. Goal kick, says Matthew Thompson, and Ottawa Fury can't believe it.
And they're all pointing to the video board, trying to get the referee to take a look, but Legion have put it in play and we're running away.
And it looks like Howarth might be going in the book after he runs over Johnson. And he is. First yellow card for the Fury in the 79th.
Issued by the referee to the Ottawa Fury FC, number 9, Carl Hotworth.
Howarth with a shoulder in the back of Johnson. Tried to go shoulder to shoulder with him, but instead got a little bit too much of Johnson's back for the referee's liking.
Legion coaches are urging their players to play quickly, move the ball. They like the tempo that they're seeing. They just want it to keep going. They don't want any breaks into play.
Time winding down on this chilly evening in central Alabama. Temperatures now dipped into the 40s.
Which they call summer in Ottawa.
I was about to say. Here's Francois. Plays it out wide to Oliveira. Can he run it down before the corner flag? No, he cannot. It rolls into touch. You been to Ottawa, Coach? You ever been to Ottawa?
I have been to Ottawa. Beautiful area. I enjoy it up there during the summers. It's not summer I want to spend much of my winters.
Had the pleasure of going to a couple of Women's World Cup matches 4 years ago at TD Place in Ottawa. Home to the Ottawa Fury as well. Crosses in, Fisher doesn't parry it away, and Oliveira with a dangerous opportunity and a chance he'll rue for the rest of the night.
Yeah, that's a big let-off right there. That was a missed touch that really should have been punished.
As Fisher cut off the cross of Francois, but did not clear it away from a dangerous area. And Oliveira had a chance to put this game away and secure the 3 points for Fury. Instead, it's still 1-0 as Legion continue to push forward. Dixon. Francois onside. Linesman's flag stays down. Francois pushing at Turner. His cross denied, but it's another corner coming.
Great defending, good patient 1v1 defending, and you can see he's got the pace to run with him. That was really well done.
Fans, when you're busy shuttling kids to and from school, soccer practice, and everything in between, and you don't always have time to cook a healthy meal many evenings, keep you and your family out of the drive-thru with Meal Fit, the official food sponsor of Birmingham Legion FC. Meal Fit makes life easier and healthier with delicious and balanced home-cooked meals prepared for life on the go. Learn more about Meal Fit at mealfit.co. As the corner is headed well over the bar, another goal kick coming for Birmingham Legion.
Van Oakland trying to get it back in play as quick as he can. You can see that they're trying to keep the urgency. 10 minutes left in the match. They want to go, go, go.
Wright flicks it on. Dixon is there. And more time and space for Ottawa Fury. Carl Howarth along this left wing. Howarth picks up his head, swings in across, a bit too far for Manila, but he's able to track it down before the byline. Francois against Kasim. Shuttles it back inside. Fury tried to switch the play. Johnson there to intercept. Johnson still with it at his feet. Turns against De Freitas. Continues. Johnson, what a lovely run of possession this is. Moves it forward towards Wright. Wright brings it down. Wright! Over the goal line, was it? Or was it cleared off the line? It was cleared off the line. A potential game-saving play by Thomas Mayer-Jaguar to keep it at 1-0.
Absolutely brilliant first touch from Wright, and then it looked like a great second touch. I don't know how that didn't get across the line.
Unbelievable. The Legion players are stunned as Mayer-Jaguar. Was he able to clear it off? He was. What a fine play by the 21-year-old Quebec native.
Captain Mikey Lopez.
Just can't seem to buy the break, but
On
great play, great touch, great finish, but a good effort to get it cleared off the line.
One more substitution the Legion had at their disposal, and they've made it. Captain Mikey Lopez is off. Joe Holland makes his season debut. In-swinging ball cleared away by Thiago De Freitas.
Clearly an attack-minded substitution. Joe Holland has got great touch. He's a great 1v1 player, got great pace. They've taken their captain off, just trying to bring in one more attacking option.
Less than 6 minutes to go from Birmingham, Alabama tonight. Fury's lead still intact. Wright trying to flick it on to Hoffman. Lapare plays it away. Kasim on the turn. Threads it through to Holland. Holland with a golden chance. His shot denied by Monsalve.
Great soccer, great passing, great run. Just didn't connect on the final shot right there. That one was a really good chance.
Lovely pass that split the lines from Kasim. Holland's right-footed effort did not challenge Monsalve. Here's Ganoy Lapare. Oliveira taken out by Avila. And another free kick coming for Fury.
I don't think he's going to get a card there. He had defenders behind him to give cover. Otherwise, that might have been another yellow.
Oliveira continues to lay on the floor.
He's going to milk this for as much time as he can. They're happy to watch the seconds tick off here.
Fans, don't forget you can get updates and alerts all season long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Birmingham Legion FC or Ottawa Fury FC. Click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores, plus get reminders on your team's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. There's Coach Sohn in the ear of the fourth official, making sure that there's plenty of stoppage time coming after these final 4 minutes. Howarth plays it back. Now flicks it into Oliveira. Can't keep it from going into touch.
I'll be surprised if they serve any more balls into the box. Now, Ottawa, I think, will be happy to just put the ball in the corner and keep it there and let the clock tick.
Turner to Culbertson. Here's Joe Holland, the last of Birmingham's 3 substitutions. Hoffman, flag stays down, just couldn't get there. Monsalve there once again to collect. He's had a solid performance in between the pipes for Ottawa Fury.
He's done everything he's been asked to do so far. He's been clean with balls that he could catch. Made one good punch when a ball was driven at him.
Francois keeps his feet and possession until Turner cuts him off. The corner is coming for Ottawa Fury. As Francois continues to wreak havoc up that right side.
That time he's wreaked havoc on some of the signboards just off the edge of the field.
Viva Health ad board displaced, as you can see up near the top of your screen. Howard decided he'd try to help out, put it back in place.
Happy to let the clock tick while he repairs the signboards.
Fury likely taking the corner short. Flag stays down for Oliveira. Oliveira swings in a cross. Aravo there to send it away. Howard still with it. Now plays it back to Gono Lapare. Fisher gets his head to it. Flicked back in by Mayer Jaguer, who has made the game-saving play to this point for Ottawa Fury. Here's Ward to De Freitas. An extended run of possession for Ottawa Fury is just what the doctor ordered for the visitor side. Francois, lovely 1-2. And he's on the front foot again, attacking Turner. Francois towards the byline, his cross a bit too high.
Some good build-up play and good possession. I'm not sure the coaches will be happy with him taking that off-balance shot or cross, whatever it was, but gave the ball right back to Legion, giving them another chance to attack.
Just a minute and change left in our regulation 90 minutes. Expect at least 3 or 4 minutes of stoppage time.
Which is certainly more than enough to have another opportunity, maybe 2.
Dixon wins the throw for Fury. What a dynamite start to the season this would be for the visitors from Canada. 4 points from their first 2 matches, both on the road. Howarth plays it wide. Magnoy Lapare. Freitas taken down. Referee not interested. Aravo. Dispossessed nicely by Howarth. Towards the corner flag, Oliveira.
Really
Fisher win the throw, he
defender.
did.
Yeah, Fisher did a really nice job there. Used his body well without committing the foul. And now trying to get the ball restarted.
I thought
Fourth
3 or
official
4 minutes.
has
It'll be
indicated that a
5
minimum
minutes
of
stoppage
5
time.
minutes will be added to the second half.
Been a lot of fouls, a couple cards, lots of substitutions, and a few injuries. So that's where that 5 minutes has come from.
Wright tried to get to it. Instead, he was beaten there by Barnathan. Now Legion with a chance to work facing the goal. Johnson. Lovely flick to Holland in space. Holland playing towards the back post for Kassim. Can he run it down? He can. Kassim, a left-footed cross towards the top of the box. Nobody home but Charlie Ward. Cristiano Francois tried to win the throw. He did not. It's a throw for Legion. And another sub coming for the visiting side.
Again, this one's just a time-wasting substitution. Trying to let as much time tick off as they can.
Fury FC.
Nobody seems to be in a hurry to get off the field right now.
Subbing in will be number 49.
Kevin Oliveira
Busquets.
played an excellent contest tonight for Ottawa Fury. night is complete in the 2nd minute of stoppage time. The 49, Robert Boscovich, comes on, the 20-year-old Ontario native and loanee from Toronto, trying to close out this match for the visitors. Fisher wins the aerial duel. Freitas sends it back in. A minute and a half gone of our minimum of 5 minutes of stoppage time. Legion pushing forward for that potential match-tying goal. Culbertson. One possession, but Wright did well. Or Dixon, I should say. To come in and play it. Instead, a foul brings everything back. Legion tried to play quickly. Free Matthew Thompson brings it back. Now Legion do play quickly.
Legion have pushed a lot of players forward looking for that one more opportunity.
Back post cross finds Avila. Avila near post. Ooh, dangerous. But Mayer Jaguar was able to play it. And Ottawa Fury able to clear their lines. Here's Arivo. Johnson on the chase. Johnson nudged off the ball, much to the dismay of the home crowd. Fisher swings it in. Now it's Avila. Avila's near post ball. Hoffman couldn't get his head to it. But it's another corner coming, and plenty of black shirts coming forward for this one.
They've kept the pressure on really well this entire 2nd half. Lots of crosses, lots of possession, lots of everything, except they've got to find a way to get the ball past Monsalve.
Everybody forward except for the keeper, Van Okel, on this corner. Still loose. It falls to Holland. His half volley is well wide.
He's got the skills to hit that one. He just didn't quite get it right.
A little more than a minute plus of stoppage time left. Ottawa Fury trying to see this one out. Monsalve pushing everybody forward. Johnson brings it down to the floor and is fouled from behind by De Freitas.
They've got time. There's still enough to get one more chance.
Here's Wright. Wright does well to control it off his chest. Finds Avila in the midfield. Avila out wide to Kasim. Kasim is left-footed ball to the back post. Holland just missed the equalizer. The cross made its way through. Holland's flick just couldn't find the back of the net.
Great play, great service. He was in exactly the right spot. Just couldn't quite get there. Literally inches away.
Wright was beat, but Holland couldn't finish. Salve sends it long once more. Is there time for one more opportunity for the home side? Turner sends it into touch. We'll see how much more is left of this minimum 5 minutes of stoppage time. It certainly can't be much more. Fury taking their time, getting play restarted. Dixon to Francois.
Surprised that he did that there. He could have held it. He's given him one more opportunity to get forward.
Van Okel sends it forward. Referee looks at his watch. Still no signal yet. Here's Holland. Into our 6th minute of stoppage time. Wright still with it on his feet. Wright lays it off for Johnson. Johnson to Avila. Avila. A foul committed by Avila. And that might do it. Avila felt like he was being held. And as he lost possession, chopped a man down. Avila might have a point, but he scissored De Freitas.
No question, foul at the last moment there, but he certainly felt he was being held and pushed and bumped leading up to it. This is what makes soccer such a great game, but also sometimes an incredibly frustrating game. This entire second half, Legion have had everything that they wanted. They had possession, they had chances, they had crosses into the box, and yet they just couldn't find the goal that they needed to tie this one up.
Ottawa Fury scored early and then held on, sometimes by the skin of their teeth, to a 1-0 victory. An outstanding performance by the visitors, filled with resolve and excellent effort from the back line. And Ottawa Fury have taken 4 points from their first 2 matches. We'll take a timeout and wrap things up when we come back.
Bold on the outside, light on the inside.
Imagine the opportunity to make opening an account faster with a selfie. It's possible with the BBVA Compass mobile banking app. When needed, you can verify your ID with just a photo. Snap, upload, apply. It's quick, it's easy, and it's all on America's award-winning mobile banking app. So what are you waiting for? You can become a BBVA Compass client in a snap. BBVA Compass, creating opportunities.
Birmingham Legion FC over to the visitors' side and the supporters' side to applaud the effort of the Magic City Brigade this evening in downtown Birmingham, Alabama. But it was the visitors' Ottawa Fury that come away with a 1-0 victory tonight. And Mike, as we look at the stats from this evening, Legion really controlled the ball in the second 45, but once again, much like last week, they just could not convert some of the chances they had this evening.
When you're building something new, it can be difficult at the start. But if you look at the way they've played, if you look at the chances they've created, if you look at the excitement that they've created in the stands, it's hard to find a lot that's gone wrong. They just can't put the ball in the net. But other than that one piece, everything has been really good 2 games in a row.
Ottawa Fury with 4 points from their 2-match road trip to start this USL season. There was the difference tonight, the left-footed strike from Carl Howarth. The difference as Ottawa takes a 1-0 victory away from Central Alabama this evening. There were plenty of chances, especially in the second half. We'll roll through a few of them here. Arevo had an opportunity. A couple of excellent flicks inside the 18-yard area. Lovely play by Kyle Fisher there to keep Howarth away from attacking Matt Van Oekel. But Legion had more possession. They had more shots tonight. Just not enough in the end as Johnson, along with Holland and Kasim, continued to pepper the net to no avail this evening. And it was Ottawa who comes away with a 1-0 victory tonight. Wrapping up from BBVA Compass Field in downtown Birmingham, Alabama, we've enjoyed bringing you Week 2 action in the USL. The copyright in this broadcast is owned by USL Productions, LLC. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the USL is prohibited. For Mike Getman, I'm Blake Gardner saying see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.